the attacks on our mental health that are being pushed by the establishment, governments, as well as media and other institutions, education in particular, that's actually causing us to be less and less sane. That's not a good thing. Mass mental illness is running amok across the world. Right now, at this moment in human history, I feel like mental health has never been under such an extreme attack. You agree with that characterization?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was seeing the attack on the human brain indirectly by the health policy in the last decades, but what we have observed in 2020 and even further, even worse actually, with the mRNA injection program in 2021 when it started, it became totally clear this is a real major attack on the human mental immune system.
Is that the ability to have discernment and to reject crazy ideas or to reject manipulation of our thoughts and moods?
Yeah, actually to think at all. I mean, the mental immune system consists of human curiosity. It consists of the ability to think, the ability to have memories, an autobiographical memory, which gives us information from past events, which we can use to calculate future action. And the sum of that is our mental immune system. I mean, that we react according or in the best way possible in a situation based on the measurements that we have to endure in 2020. They all essentially caused a breakdown of the mental immune system, and now it becomes essentially a permanent problem with the mRNA injections because they really cause the autobiographical memory center to lose its function. And the long-term, essentially, consequence of that is that the narratives become a new part of your, essentially, overcome your person or your individuality. It's essentially erased, and the narratives become your new personality.
Wow. So at that point, then, these individuals just begin to what? Regurgitate the narratives that they're programmed with, and they lose all self-identity?
Yeah, that's the long-term, essentially, a consequence of the process that I'm describing. What we have seen in 2020, in particular with the mRNA, which is neurotoxic, the production of these nerve cells is essentially undermined, completely blocked. So if new memories now have to be stored and they come with fear, with narratives, then they have to override the previous memories maybe from your childhood, memories from things you have learned in the past, even thoughts you might have had years or days before. The hippocampus learns only new things if they are new and come with emotion. So changing essentially the story from a viewpoint of the hippocampus is actually the best way to indoctrinate people, is to change the story every day. And the more the hippocampus learns in a situation where the new neurons are not produced either by the measurements or by the neurotoxin, which is the spike protein, then of course you override essentially all previous memories in the long run.
So it's not just random, here's a narrative, believe it, but rather you're just talking about a mechanism where the hippocampus is forced to process changing narratives, some of which may be contradictory, as a way to sort of force the mind wipe of the autobiographical self, as you call it, or the memories that a person already has. I mean, this is almost like science fiction, what you're describing.
Yeah, it sounds like, but you have to imagine there's a great reset going on. All the documents we can see, even in the government, points to the year 2030, where we have to live in smart cities ruled by artificial intelligence, and this is all so far away from what humans really like to live. I mean, it is so far from human. And this new operating system can only be installed if, like with a computer, when you install a new operating system, you have to erase the previous one, so there's no contradictory rules in the program.
Wow.
And that's exactly what's happening. You erase essentially the memories of the people step by step. And it doesn't matter if the narratives are contradictory. The only, let's say, result has to be that the individual can only remember fearful narratives which always come with global problems that only a global government can essentially solve. And that's exactly what the reset is going to achieve, is that we accept a global government that rules us with in a way that no normal human would actually accept.